As we close out our latest episode with the incredible Gillian Ashcroft, I'm thrilled to announce something special for the next 2 weeks, our Back to the Future series. Since launching in April 2024, Leading Our Own Way has been home to some unforgettable stories, and now we're rewinding to share hidden gems from the past 20 months. These episodes are packed with wisdom to carry you through the holidays and into the new year. Like I mentioned, they're hidden gems, stories of resilience and transformation. And to kick things off on Monday, January 5th, here in Australia, or on Sunday, if you're in the UK, we're bringing you my inspiring conversation, amazing chat with Beck Christian, all the way from the Cotswolds in England. She's actually from where I'm from, believe it or not, but we didn't even know each other. She is the founder of the Limiters Academy. Her story is all about breaking through limits and leading with purpose. As a massive Back to the Future fan, it just felt right. A chance to reflect, recharge, and keep leading our own way into the future. Let's start strong and make sure we don't drop off just after a few weeks and stay strong together. Let's go. Something was to happen to you today and you were going to go to those gates. Would there be any ghosts there?
No, because when I look at the ghosts of regret of maybe joining the police in the first and foremost, I can never say it's a regret because I reframe it to be like I wouldn't be where I am today. I have regrets as a kid where I was a very promising young footballer and I had opportunities and I maybe didn't take them as much as I could have, and I do firmly believe like I could have made it as a footballer. But yet again, I love football, I love playing football, but I love what I do now, and this is my goal and this is my passion, and I can help people. So I don't like regret, and I don't believe regret's there. We can all think we should have done more traveling when we were younger, we should have done this, but life's life. I can do the traveling soon, I can do the traveling anytime in my life, so there won't be any ghosts because I've got that in my head, always thinking to myself, Rob, don't pass up this opportunity. Rob, don't let yourself down here. Rob, don't just dream this, go for it, follow it. I'm not saying I've always made the right decisions, not in the slightest. I've made bad decisions, but I can't regret them because every decision and every negative thing you've been through builds you who you are today. And for me, looking at myself today, I'm like, you know what? Yes, I'm happy with the person I am today, but that's built up with the good things and the bad things. And I'll have things that I do that maybe irk some people or whatever, but we all have personality traits that people may not like or whatever, but it's me. And if I can look in the mirror and be happy with the person staring back, can you have any regrets? Probably not. So that's what I always aim for in my life, to be like, well, as long as I can stare myself, even though I've done mistakes and made mistakes, as long as I can be happy with the person staring back, then I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So future plans, Rob, what's in your mind, what you're manifesting right now?
To be honest with you, I want to, people say this maybe can be quite arrogant, but I want to be the best. I want to be the best motivational speaker in the UK, never mind the world. I want to be the best, but the best comes with this act of service. I want to be the best because I want my story to have an impact on more people. I want to be the best because I believe that my lessons can help businesses, can help people. It's not because I want to be the best because I want all the riches and glam in the world. I want to be the best because they would mean that I'm having an impact. And my life's purpose is impacting people positively. So being the best would mean that I'm impacting more people. So I strive for that.
And has anyone ever actually reached out to you and said how you've helped them?
Yes, even after my TEDx talk, there was a police officer there and he said he was going through similar things that I have been going through. And he said, you've just changed my perspective on so many things, and I'm now going to take some things into action. And many of the talks that I do give, people come up to me after and say, you've just changed something there where you made me think this, you made me think that. So it's always lovely to get the feedback that I am helping people. Look, I don't need the feedback because people don't necessarily, I don't need that thing of people telling me, oh, by the way, you helped me. But it's beautiful to see because it's just lovely to see that you actually are helping people and people are so appreciative of it. And it's what I do and what I love about what I do. It's helping people and seeing the positive impacts it can have on their life. Yeah, and I put that all down to culture. The culture was one of toxicity. It was so toxic, where you have an environment, you had a culture where people didn't look after their mental health. You had a culture where the employer didn't look after the well-being of their staff. And you had a culture where this macho-ness existed. The idea of what a man was. Now, I'm not saying they literally said, by the way, a man can't cry, a man can't show their emotions, but it was through their actions, their behaviors, where you thought, hold on, this is a boys' club. And at least in my experience. And I was always a sensitive soul. I was always somebody who wore my emotions on my sleeve before joining the police. So joining the police, I started to get hardened. A, because you had to get to a level of hardness with what you were saying. But B, the other side of it was because I was seeing what people were like around me. And they were so hardened to their emotions that nothing would faze them, or at least on the surface anyway. So I was then saying, well, this is what I should be like. And I was the easy target. I was the youngest one in my team by a lot. I had just left uni. I didn't have life experiences, and I felt like people could smell the fear, so to speak, on me. And they jumped on it. Now, I'm somebody who will happily laugh at myself. I will make myself butt of the joke to make other people happy, no problem. But I always know that there's a line, because if I'm making myself the butt of the joke, as long as I'm laughing with you, it's okay. If people are making me a butt of the joke repeatedly and all of a sudden I'm no longer laughing with you and I'm just getting laughed at, that is the problem. And that's what started to become like, where I felt like I was getting laughed at. I was getting sidelined, judged for certain things, and I just was not, I just didn't feel at home. I didn't feel safe, and I didn't feel comfortable. And it takes its toll on you. That bullying takes its toll on you, and there's no other word for it but bullying. Psychological bullying, not physical, but psychological bullying. And it was very hard for me to go through that, because I'd never been bullied in my life. And there I was, young compared to everybody else, and I felt out of my depth. And I was looking around me, seeing all these people making me the butt of their jokes and having banter, which I can accept banter, but as I said, banter then goes too far. And the banter just then became rude, it became personal. And the problem is, these people will, if you said to them, if you brought them into a room with me, not one of them will ever say that they intentionally bullied me, I don't think. But whether there is intention or not, their intention was to make me the butt of their jokes. They were wanting to have a laugh at my expense, so that other people thought they were funny, but I'm there sitting because I was the easy target. And then yes, some of the times, they would even say to me that I should get back to my own country. I'm from Northern Ireland, still part of the UK, and I was in Scotland and getting told by my colleagues, like I jailed people for racial abuses, for calling me things about Ireland and stuff like that. I jailed people for racial breaches. And then my colleagues would say, you're stealing our jobs, our Scottish people's jobs, get back to your own country. And initially it was a bit of banter, and one time I saw that it wasn't banter when I laughed at one of them. I made them the butt of the joke, but that was the first time doing it, and it was just funny. I read the room where I was like, oh, this will be funny, not in his expense, but laughing with him, because he was that kind of individual. And he didn't like it, which is fair enough. We can all maybe not like a joke, but it wasn't that he didn't like the joke, he didn't like that people were laughing at with him. Well, it should have been with him, but I think he turned it a different way. And he turned to me, he says, well, what do you know? You shouldn't even be in this country, you should get back to your own country. And I thought, whoa, that nastiness in that split second shows your true colours. That shows you what you truly think of me and my position here. And I was like, I thought to myself, wait a minute, this was literally just a joke, because we were all joking. And I thought, that was not a joke. You see, you weren't adding on to the joke, you've made that personal. And that is just, for me, I just felt so isolated.
What are you doing to lead your own way today then?
What am I doing to lead my own way? Well, first of all, living each day true to my core values is something that is so important that people talk about it until we're blue in the face. But core values and understanding your core values really is integral in our lives, because when we can do that, we're living an aligned life. Every decision we make, if we can relate it to our core values, then we're going to be happy. We are, because we're living true to ourselves. And for me, I feel very aligned with what I do for work. Is something that I love. I always say I found my ikigai, where I love doing it. I can make a difference to people's lives, and I can get paid doing it too. So it's a win-win-win for everybody. And I just love what I do, and that really helps leading your own way in your life, because when you love what you do, when you're passionate about what you do, when you feel like you've found your purpose in life, you never feel like you work a day in your life. And I don't feel like I'm working, because I'm following my passion. Yes, there's some days where I'm like, okay, this is stressful or whatever, but I love it. So that is so important for me in my life.
I can tell, because you're always looking fresh.
Yeah, you can see me early in the morning. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, mate, if anyone's watching and wants to go to Rob's, social media, all the links will be in the show notes. But his pictures, I see it. I tap him every day, mate, and it's inspiring, and it's motivating, and it keeps me aligned to my, even though I feel like I could keep on to myself, it's just nice to see that we have, I can see that you're doing it every day. Okay, so what do you tell us? Well, if you didn't already know, what we do is kind of tell everybody what you're doing now, professionally, physically, mentally, emotionally, and how you lead your own way in that way. And then we kind of travel back to where it may have began, paint the picture, build up your character, and so on. Tell everybody what you do professionally now, then, every day.
So what I do is I am a motivational speaker. So I've had fortune to be able to do a TEDx talk, and also fortune to be classified as an international motivational speaker, where I travel the world giving talks to businesses and also at well-being festivals and well-being events, talking about how people can find their purpose, find an aligned life. And it's something that lights me up every day, whether it's to businesses about how they can create happier, healthier teams, or at these well-being festivals. Everything that I do, every talk that I do, I'm so passionate about doing it, and it just resonates with my core values, resonates with who I am, and I love helping people. I lead my own way by helping people. No matter what I've done in my life, there's always been that element of service. Now, my service now as a motivational speaker is by helping people change their mindset, helping businesses change their mindset in terms of how a workplace culture should look, how we should create a thriving culture in the workplace where open communication, vulnerability thrives. All these kind of things lights me up, because I love talking about them. I talk about them through my own experiences. So yeah, and that's what I do. And in terms of my mental health, spiritual health, and emotional health, I look after myself every day by doing something that I love. Not just professionally, but I do something every day for my happiness. I don't wait for the weekends. I don't wait for annual leave. I don't wait for that holiday that we've got booked in a couple of weeks' time, whatever. I do something for myself every single day. Now, don't get me wrong, every day might look like a 5-minute going out for a coffee, a takeaway coffee, and going for a walk. It might be for half an hour walk. It might be an hour going to a cafe. Might be just listen to music that I love, whatever, or listen to a podcast. We can do something for ourselves, and I think we get into this notion in our lives where we think, I can't do something for myself today, I'm working today. But we think that doing something for our mental health and our physical health means a spa day, an all-day spa. Now that's brilliant, yes, but actually doing something for yourself, doing something for your happiness every day can look so simple. Like a 5-minute meditation, like 10 minutes just listen to your favorite music. Music has the power to lift moods, and especially when you're listening to music that you love, it brightens your day up. If you love music, thankfully I do love music, so I just get so much from it. So it's making sure that I take care of the little things in my life, doing something every day, whether it's a small thing or a big thing. I don't hold off happiness for that weekend or whatever. And I think that's really important for all these aspects of leading my own way. And it's something that I would definitely share with the audience. Like, you can do this too. It's an easy thing to do. You just have to check in with yourself.
Thanks for joining me on this special Back to the Future journey. Remember, we're running this series all the way through until Friday, 2nd of January. So there are plenty of gems to listen to in the Back to the Future series. If you want to hear the full episode with today's guest, just hit the links in the show notes to check out the complete conversation. Soak up the inspiration, share it with someone who needs it, and let's keep leading our own way into the future together. Stay tuned for more stories and have an amazing holiday break.